said we are going into a PvZ, so non-mirror matchup. Let's do this. In the bottom right, as the red Zerg, it is Acer's Bly.
And in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It's Probe.
Rifkin, can you just learn to get a schedule already? Like, get the planner out, bro. What, DreamHack's tomorrow? What, Alima League's tomorrow? Come on already!
Rifkin needs 3 days off to just of no events so he can just recover and then go back into it. But okay, wait a second, hold on, Zombie, we need to immediately talk about this because we haven't addressed this yet. It's a PvZ, it's Prion Terraces for game number 1. This is a map that a lot of Protoss players struggle with.
Yes, that is true. This is a veto-based system, but of course it's best of 5, so we only get to veto 2 maps, and I guess some other less liked maps were vetoed this time.
It can be a little bit strange, and the reason why this map is so awkward is because of these gold expansions that can be taken. Some Zerg players, like Bly, love to do things like even take both of their first and the natural and their third as gold expansions. We are not seeing that this game. We are seeing the more normal standard natural expansion, which, you know, makes sense. When you take the other gold expansion, you are a bit more vulnerable.
Probe is the guy that we don't know much about, so it's really hard to call that when we're playing the bracket game. He's English, apparently. What? And obviously plays Protoss. So he is the last of, what is it, 1, 2, 3 Protoss? No, 4 Protoss, because Robo already got through. And of course, Hawk versus Cyril remains to be seen.
Yeah, this will be our last game or last series for the day, correct?
Yes, it is the last series for us of today. They did not make us wait for the mainstream, thank God, so we didn't have to be paired up like we're holding hands. And the mainstream will probably still be going on for a while longer because they have gotten less hasty matches than us.
Yeah. Well, we got 8 Zerglings made over here for Bly. Bly is definitely a fan of aggression if he's a fan of anything. And gonna be able to immediately target fire down this pile and gets a pulse around very, very quickly. And no chance for a Devotion Overcharge to go down on it.
Yeah,
and there's no other pylons at the natural.
Oh, jeez. The Stalker, of course, can kite, but it requires some very perfect micro, and it runs out of space to kite, so... Alright, bye-bye, Stalker. Now it's going to go on top of those probes, potentially. The motion, of course, coming out from here, you can definitely tell that. He's going to split up his lings, actually. That's kind of cool, so it guarantees a scout, maybe a probe.
Yeah, maybe able to right-click down on 1 or 2 of these probes. Oh!
Whoopsie. Did I make a huge mistake? Like New Zealand, not British? Whatever. They talk somewhat similar.
Well, everything is going really, really well for Bly right now. He's got a gold expansion, which already makes this game a little bit awkward for the Protoss player. He scouts in with the main base, he kills off a couple of workers, he kills off a pylon, sees the Twilight Council, which was researching resonating glaives, but we have a bit of a switch up over here. So Bly may misidentify how this opening goes, but Overlord for Bly is so close to potentially moving in and scouting the Dark Shrine also.
Yeah, right there. That's a nice healthy one too. It's gonna get it. There's no unless it decided to like turn around for whatever reason.
That poor Stalker is like a policeman that's just like, that Overlord's outside of my jurisdiction. I don't need to handle that one.
That's kinda cool.
Oh, Proxy Gateway going up. Ready to warp in some DTs, but does he still go aggressive with the DTs at this point when it's all been scouted?
I guess. At least one DT to try, I suppose, but don't commit too much to it. I'd say that isn't such a big deal, but it really was. He really held off on a lot of stuff to do that. Now he's trying to slap down everything at once, but it's gonna be so late, and Bly already up to... no, okay, that Blair just started. Thought it was almost already done, but still getting a nice amount of lings and roaches, and I can certainly see him trying to deny that third base, even if it gets set up nicely. Bly's an aggressive guy.
Yeah, Bly, again, definitely loves that aggression, but double Stargate coming out behind this for Probe, and I don't know, Zombie. I know that Probe is not so far behind that it's not like he couldn't just play a macro game, play it out standard, and find a way to come back, but let's be real. He's sitting on two warp gates right now, or 3 warp gates. Okay, I can count. He's sitting on 3 warp gates right now, doesn't have any other form of tech, isn't really able to make use of the Dark Shrine.
Oh.
As a Protoss player, I want to say, like, do something super cheeky. Go for Void Rays. Try and get like a base snipe off. Look at the 4th expansion that Bly is taking right now. This is asking to be killed off by Void Rays or something from the from that dead airspace area.
That's really odd of him to take that base instead of this 4. Okay, he takes both. Why
Oh,
not
well,
both?
That's why.
Okay.
Well, the DT is why not both for now, as the DT is going to get very close to killing it. Oh no, DT focusing on the
distracted!
No! DT diagnosed with ADD, gonna have to make his way back, and Adepts should be able to clean up some of these Zerglings, though.
Isn't it ADHD now?
ADD and ADHD are both similar-ish things. We can talk about that later.
Oh, okay. Or not. Charge Phoenix, interesting composition right now, but Bly was going for Aspire. Wondered how much he's going to commit into that, so because the Phoenixes would have been great versus Mutas, but after seeing the Phoenix counts, I guess he's just going to keep it, but also delve into other tech paths, such as those Roaches, Hydras, and Infestors. Or Hive.
Yeah, this is getting so difficult for Probe. Just nothing seems to be going his way. These Phoenixes have got their work cut out for them. We've got to try and find some way to, I don't know, punish Bly for these fast 5 bases, but, well, Overseer does come in, snipes off the DT before he gets picked off. I don't know, maybe he makes the Bisu build work.
Yeah, the
Phoenix,
Bisu build.
Phoenix snipe off the Overseers, and then the DTs just kill everything?
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. People been trying for 6 years.
If weren't mobile.
Well, despite, I guess, the opener where it looked like things were already starting to go haywire for Probe, everything's calmed down. Now, Bly did double expand and is a very scary scary Zerg even still. Probe was allowed the opportunity to actually utilize those Stargates, get a Robo, get a 3rd base up. I mean, Bly has been not a very aggressive version of himself, you know? Like, usually he's all about those Roach attacks, those Ling attacks.
Oh, I guess in a way, does he really need to be in this game? He's got the 5 bases, he's got the double gold right now. Being overly aggressive could be a way that he ends up, I guess, backfiring back on himself, but... Oh god, Corruptor's just charging in saying, oh, I'm sorry, are you tickling me? I feel something, but these Corruptors, their armor, their health, it's just a little bit difficult to tell if you're doing anything to me right now.
Oh, they're peeing on stuff! Stop
well,
it!
I don't feel like that potential move is really going to be too effective, and these Corruptors haven't really quite accomplished as much as I'm joking about how much health these Corruptors have. They are struggling to make a whole lot happen right now.
And the Phoenix are actually taking them on.
Oh.
If they take off the Corruptors, I guess there's like a very low chance that Mutas will be able to back this up now, so getting rid of that's a possibility entirely. But Bly is on to bigger and better things. That Spire is going up to a Greater Spire and a Lurker Den. Recall that he has a 5th base. This is actually his 4th, but it's being neglected for the Golden Child.
Oh, Zombie Grub, a Fleet Beacon just finished up for Probe, and for those who were not with us earlier on, we had an awesome PvP where the wonderful Petite Drogo showed us carriers in PvP. Do I dare hope that we can see it in PvZ as well? Or do you think that was just for the Phoenix upgrade?
I would think it was Tempests. I don't know about carriers.
Okay. Yeah, Tempests do make a bit more sense, but we got a lot of Voiders coming out as well, which could be another big thing. Where are those Void Rays?
Let's see. Unit tab. There they are with the army. They're being rallied too.
Oh, well, one thing that's worth noting is the fact that, oh, well, these Phoenixes are not taking the best engagement over here. A bit miscontrolled over there from Pro. But I was going to say, Bly has taken these 5 bases, but hasn't really been able to saturate up this high ground expansion very much. In fact, really hasn't mined any of the minerals, really just been relying on the gas, but even those gas guys are relatively new, so even though Bly looked like he was going to be in a great economic position because of how fast he took those bases, only now getting use of it, maybe not as far ahead in that regard.
His acceleration to Hive Tech is always alarming, but you're right, like, he wasn't the only one that was able to get to this point. Probe was also get to a decent economy with that gold base, and now the fourth actually still living, so... Well, his attack is trying to hit at that perfect time, but the Lurkers are done, and the Broodlords just finished. Here they come now.
Yeah, there is an observer with this army, so he can detect those Lurkers if he decides to turn and engage it, if they decide to overcommit or something like that, but Charge Zealot's gonna be backing off, as especially the Broodlords are gonna be a bit annoying to deal with, but not a whole lot of Corruptors left over, so those Void Rays, their first target are going to be those Broodlords.
There's 6 Broodlords, 4 Corruptors, handful of Lurkers. The Broodlords actually try and take a fight without help. That was a mistake here. Transfuse is coming in, though. Save the day.
Queen's gonna be the backup from the ground, taking care of their young.
Yeah.
Although, these Broodlords gonna be able to put a lot of pressure on. Pressure is one way to put it on this expansion.
Yeah, it takes it down, and that was a fourth that Probe really needed. He is starting to mine out of his other bases. Taking down Bly's 6th is not bad, especially if he manages to save the Zealots. His 5th is being targeted by DTs, unfortunately, so not bad harassment, but I don't know if that makes up for the 4th loss. Let's see. Oh no, Zealots, no!
Oh, losing all these Zealots to the Broodlords and the Lurkers, that is a bit of a painful loss, as we now see Probe sitting down a solid, even after the warp in, even after queuing up some more units, still sitting down almost 60, 70 supply. And Bly just feels like he has absolute control in this game, but where is he going with those Broodlords?
Wait, up here there. I don't know, bro. The
Okay.
upgrades are starting to look nicer for Probe, but still not the greatest. Both of them getting double upgrades for respective units. DT is trying to do a really great job of stopping these fringe hatchers from going down, which, hey, if he can saturate his 4th base up again, this will definitely be very important to continuing this long macro game. But now we also have Vipers. We could have some Infestors included with this army. Basically, Bly can get to that perfect army, and no matter how much harassment you do, eventually push comes to shove, and it's hard to deal with. But Probe's also getting his own interesting set of army composition. So Tempests, obviously, Void Rays to help out with the Corruptors, Disruptors with a couple lucky shots, I suppose, but also Colossus. Did you know that Colossus existed in this game?
Colossus do exist. We Tempo and I think saw some earlier today with the special skin, which was a bit of a delight. But the Colossus I do like versus the Broodlords because they end up cleaning up those broodlings that can get a bit out of hand if you let them sit for too long. And it's something that the Disruptors or Psystorm really isn't quite as effective at dealing with.
Oh, once again, he really needs this 4th. It just got up. No.
Well, he's gonna try and go for it, but the 4th expansion is gonna go down, and oh god, it's so awkward because you can't engage into the Lurkers and the Vipers and even the Spore Crawlers that will take out the Observer if they inch too close. It's so difficult to engage into this, but I don't know, like I can kind of see Probe slowly buying himself time with these DTs, constantly taking out the new expansions for Bly. I know that Bly is looking to be in a much better position, but if he can somehow sit back and not lose his entire army, maybe he can make this work.
Probe just lost his entire army, though. Will he have enough to counter the Broodlords of the day? I guess is the big question, but that's a lot of Corruptors left over. Some of the Stalkers are still alive, but that's 6 Broodlords. They're targeting them down. They're really trying to go for it. But Bly has that bank, and Probe is on. So,
yeah, these Stalkers don't even have Blink. They don't even have Blink to get on top of the Broodlords.
Well then.
But amazingly enough, I think he may still clean up, but here come the Lurkers. It's the Lurkers and the Remax. Right?
Yeah,
we got
this is silly.
2.5k bank, now just being spent on, oh, hey, 10 more Broodlords and an Ultraless Cavern.
Logan, thank you for the 60-month resub. Heyo.
Ooh.
I don't know how good of a job I'm doing about this, actually.
Hey, Zombie Grub, do you want to hear a useless fact from Scarlet that is relevant to this game? Did you know that if the Broodlords attack, you get a couple of Broodlings out, and the Broodlings attack one of these Changelings exactly once, the Changeling will survive and is the only way a Changeling can be damaged.
I hate you.
GG gets called Bly, taking game number 1.
I also hate her.